Hi, Eric Wilson here, 30-year independent licensed mechanic. In the next short while, I'm going to show you the inside story on this 2014 Audi A4 so you can make yourself an informed decision. Now, coming in on the front left tire, down about 30%. Definitely down, not quite out, but they're definitely down. Definitely want to be thinking of a set of tires for the winter time because these are not going to get you the winter. But that's the front left tire. Now, coming behind the front left tire, first thing I want to point out, this down here, there's two. There's these Volkswagens. You gotta love them. Everything's overbuilt. They've got two lower ball joints, one and the rear one right there. Now both of these are tight, critical because it holds the wheel to the chassis. This is the left outer tie rod, and the left outer tie rod is critical because it's the only thing that holds the left wheel to the steering, and that is tight. This rubber boot here is the outer CV boot. Now it's full of grease, and if it was ripped, you see grease all over the place. Important not to be because it keeps the axle lubricated. This is the left sway bar link connected from here up to there. That's connected, doing its job. Important because it dampens the sway when it goes around the corner. The inside CV boot, a little harder to see. Okay, yeah, the inside CV boot, good and dry. The left upper ball joint right here on the front left is good and tight. This spring right here is your spring suspension on the left side. Now, more importantly, that black tube there is full of oil. If it was leaking, you'd see it dripping all the way down. Important not to be, because that is what controls the suspension. So, that being said, oh, and brakes. Now, on brakes, you've got about, let me find out what your brake level is here. Oh, you got a lot of brakes. You got about 50,000 K, like practically brand new brakes. So, in fact, I'm going to say, yeah, if not brand new brakes, definitely you got 50,000 K, lots and lots of brakes. So, brake-wise, leak-wise, suspension-wise, I'm not seeing anything so far. Now, checking for leaks. This is the bottom of the oil pan right there, and nice and shiny black, and that's always a good sign because no oil drippage. Oh yay. I'm not seeing any indication of oil leakage here at all, which is a good sign. Nobody wants oil on their driveway. So brake-wise, leak-wise, suspension-wise, on the front left, I don't see any issues. Okay, coming in on the rear left tire, down about 40%, down but not out, just so you're aware of that. Now, coming behind the rear left tire, this is the rear left shock. Now, you see, again, same thing, full of oil. If it was leaking, you see it dripping all the way down there. The inner CV, the outer CV boot, you can see right, a little harder to see, good and dry. The sway bar link is connected. That's important because that controls the sway. The inner CV boot, now this is the bottom of the rear differential right here, okay? Now this is a leak point. If it was leaking, you'd see it dripping all the way around there, and that is bone dry. Very important. Nobody wants leaks in their driveway. Now the inner CV boot, let's see if I can get a shot here for you. It pretty much buried the inner CV boot. I can't really give you a shot of that, but it is dry. That's important. On your brakes, okay, on your rear brakes, you've got about 40, a little less brakes in the rear than you have on the rear. You got about 40,000 K on the rear brakes, so definitely lots and lots of brakes. Now on the right front tire, same, about 30 to 40% tread, so down but not out. Front brakes, 50,000 K, practically brand new. Now coming behind the front right tire, the outer CV boot, good and dry. The right lower ball joints, front and back, are tight. The right outer tie rod is tight. Your right sway bar link connected from here up to there, intact, doing its job. The right inner CV boot, a little harder to see, but good and dry. The right upper ball joint is tight. Your spring suspension, no cracks, no breaks. More importantly, notice good and dry. Hey, not seeing bottom of the motor here, same thing. No visible leaks here at all. Very, very dry. Bottom of the tranny, same thing. I don't see any leaks in this thing at all. It's just, which is nothing but good. Okay, the right rear tire, about 40% tread, so down but definitely not out. On your right rear tire brakes, 40,000 K, a little less in the front, but definitely not the K. Your right rear shock, good and dry. Your right rear, okay, there's a shot of the shock right there, good and dry. The outer CV boot, good and dry. The inner CV boot, pretty hard to get a shot here, but that's, yeah, it's good and dry. Bottom of the diff, very clean. Exhaust, not even surface rust. Yeah, which is good because it's stainless steel. Yeah, there's no issues with the exhaust, no issues. In fact, I don't even see hardly any surface rust under here at all, which is a good sign. So underneath, I'm not seeing any problem with brake-wise, leak-wise, suspension-wise. Tires down a little bit. Okay, with the motor running, you've only got 173, 825, so definitely not high K in one of these puppies. No check engine lights that I can see, so no trouble codes, no cracks in your windshield. Dash looking very clean. Now I'll take you out and show you the condition of the motor. Okay, with the motor running. Started the exhaust with the motor running. Very, very clean. Now, one thing I always do is I take off the oil cap and I take a look. Underneath for any kind of indication of just a second here. Sorry. Okay. I take off the oil cap and I take a look underneath and I look and see if there's any indication of white goo. Now, white goo would be a mixture of oil and antifreeze, which would be a head gasket leak, and I'm not seeing any indication of that at all. Now, in fact, I'm not hearing any indication of any problems with this motor. It's, to me, as far as I can tell, this car has been well maintained. No indications brake-wise. I think the only issue I can find in this car is the tires are definitely down. Good for, good to the winter, but you're definitely going to be having to swap it up for the winter time. Now, hopefully this will help you make an informed decision. And remember, if you buy, come to me for the 3 for free, because I am the Cowboy Mechanic and I've got your back.